Good afternoon. Today we're going to be focusing on old outboard content. Some of my favorite stuff to do, one of the things that I'm addicted to, honestly. And my partner in crime, Andrew, would probably say something to the effect of, you know, Brock, we need to be doing videos on stuff that everybody's searching for, like a Honda CB750. We need to buy a Honda CB750 and take videos on that. Well, Andrew's not here. He's God only knows where right now. So I'm doing what I want to do today. I'm working on what I want to work on today. We're going to work on old outboard motors, and we're going to do a will it run after how many years, probably in the title, to attempt to attract more than the 50 views this video is probably going to get. So I've got a whole entire wall here full of antique outboard motors. I thought it would be nice to actually get one of these running so that I could use it on my Alumacraft Model G. So I decided to go with this. This is the one I decided to start with. A 1957 Johnson 7.5 horse AD-11 outboard. So this motor in particular, it's my favorite year of Johnson. The red and white 1957 years. I'm actually starting to try to build up a collection here. So far I have a 3 horse that does not run. I've got a 5.5 horse that doesn't run, 7.5 horse that doesn't run, and then up in Ohio I have an 18 horse. Ran a few years ago, but that, you know, probably means it also doesn't run. This is my grandfather's motor, and as you can see, I used this motor all throughout my childhood as a kid. There it is. Ran it until it looks like I'm probably about, what, 12 years old in this photo, somewhere around late grade school or middle school, at which point, for some reason or another, it blew the power head. In this case, blowing the power head means that it basically burned up one of the bronze crankshaft bearings on it. So this motor sat for years. You know, over the years, I robbed parts here and there from it, but because it was essentially blown up, and I never planned on getting it running again, at least not in my younger years. You know, it pretty much became a parts donor. Sat in a barn at my parents' house for years. So 2 years ago, I found a spare power head for like 30 bucks on Facebook Marketplace near my parents' house up in Ohio. Asked my dad to get it, he picked it up, you know, basically brought the power head down. It sat on the garage floor underneath the motor for a few years. And then I finally got my butt in gear and decided to bolt it up. So, really the only thing that's original, I mean, in all fairness, the power head, this whole unit has been replaced. I pulled the old power head down, salvaged what I could off it, the carburetor, the head, some of the engine parts, pull start assembly and all the hardware, and then basically junked the rest of it. Bolted this power head up to it. So, you know, but it's very nice, original, matching patina. You would never know that it's been replaced, which is very, very good. It seems to be in good shape. It seems to have compression, turnover with compression. Water pump was replaced, God, I don't know, sometime in middle school, so it's been a long number of years. I did put lower unit oil in it. Carburetor has not been gone through, so who knows what kind of condition it's in. But the good news is this power head appears to have a newer set of coils, condensers, and points in it. Typically those would be cracked if they were original, so I think this thing actually has a pretty good chance of firing up, but let's just get it outside, get some water to it in one way or another. And see if she at least pops. All right, so the plugs are apparently wrong. This power head, for whatever reason, has RJ12Cs in it, even though it is supposed to take J6J, J6Cs. I can't recall what the difference is, but it's going to take me more time to figure out if I can use these versus just going to the auto store and buying the correct ones. I'm sure it'll fire up, but I might as well put the right ones in it. This is where this little guy comes in handy as my parts getter. My Honda Hunter Cub 125. I don't ride it much, but you know, while it may not be a great off-road bike, it's at least good for the quick auto store runs like this when I'm, you know, not wanting to spend a lot of time. And it's electric start, so that's always nice. Well, but it has a kick. Good old school technology. There we go. I ain't gonna have time to do this. I ain't gonna have time to do this. Oh man. Oh, I didn't even see you over there. I need a couple spark plugs, Champion J6Cs.
Said you needed what kind?
Champion J6C. J6C is the part number. Yep, how many you got?
None.
Oh shit.
Nobody has any.
Nobody has any? Crap.
We don't sell those. It's not yet available to AutoZone.
What about J6J? I guess you could try that. Probably not.
Yeah, we got NGK. We don't have
Zero
any
in stock. All right. Okay. Shoot. I guess I'll look around. All right. Thanks. Appreciate it. Shoot. Damn it. Well, now the where? Oh, great. Well, Menards has it. No auto stores do. They got everything else, but leave it to Menards to have spark plug. Oh, for God's sakes. Well, I may just have to get these plugs later and put on hold. I don't want to lose this hat. This is my lucky hat. We're not sponsored by Sterling Beer, but it's my river hat, which means I found it in the Ohio River a couple years ago, and it's been a good hat. What the f? Just like everything, you think it's going to be easy, and it never is. Never is. The amount of times, this is why you just stack stock parts, because the amount of time that you waste with BS like this, you'll blow a whole day. Blow a whole day between Lowe's and AutoZone, even when you try to make things simple. Okay, so today is another day, but Menards came in for the win. No auto stores had them. Menards had J6Cs. So let's go ahead and swap these out. See if we can get this thing to run. $2.49. Yeah, they used to be $1 something, but I'll take $2.50. That's fine. I will worry about gapping these later, because God, I'll worry about gapping them now, huh? Maybe I'll try rabbit ears. We'll see. So how many poles is the question. You know, I don't know a lot about this power head, but being that it has fresh coils, fresh points, what appears to be anyway newer ones, I think it's got a pretty good shot, but it's been sitting a while. All this has been sitting a while. I'm gonna give it 10 poles to start. 10 poles for not a pop, but you know, a solid start. So let's see what happens. Put on start. Choke on. Gear shifts in neutral. All right. I might have underestimated myself. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and put the water onto it. See if it actually pumps or not. Prime it some more. One, two, five. Well, 10 might have been accurate. Let's see, choke off. Choke full. Yeah. Oh, let's turn the water off a minute. Might have overestimated. I think I'm approaching 10. I honestly lost count. I think I'm probably past 10 at this point. Well, this is how they fool you. Jesus Christ. Choke off. Maybe I flooded it. But it appears to be running on one cylinder. So, not really sure what that's about. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get her to go without some further diagnosis. And oh, my neighbors are going to love me. Whew. Whew. All right, let's go ahead and pop the hood, see if I can't figure something out quick. I'm running out of time. I'm actually supposed to be heading up to Ohio, to Lake Erie, where this motor originally came from. But, you know, I wanted to get a video before I went. All right. Let's see what this plug looks like. This one kind of looks little gassy. We'll see if they're sparking in a minute. Even though the coils aren't cracked, it still doesn't, you know. Huh. Not really sure what to think of that. Okay. Well, we'll see if she sparks. And then that may just be it for today. They appear to be sparking, both of them do. So, what the heck? All right. Now let's give it a round 2. Well, I'm also assuming I may need to adjust the high and low speed too. Those have not been set at all. So let's see what I can do with that. All right. I'm going to put this a little leaner because I suspect it's too rich. All right, let me try to loosen this up so that I can turn this all the way in and out. All right, don't lose that. Knob is fairly expensive. It's $10 maybe down the drain. All right, let's see. Likes it with this shut off. Should be speeding up a lot more than that. A little better. Huh. Maybe the needles were all dinked up, I'm betting. All right, let's open low up more. Well, it's a little more worthy. I'm at least getting a lean sneeze now. That's showing me something other than just acting like it's rich. Still pumping water. think this might be, I don't know, might be it. Alright, well, the jetting's not really right when you don't have the exhaust in the water, so let's see if I can do something about that. Well, I think it's choking itself out would be the main problem. And let's see if it's actually pumping. Sure the hell seems like it is. It's actually working pretty good. This sounds more like a 2-cycle should. Getting a little lean sneeze almost. May have to dial them in a bit. So then once you've got your carburetor settings dialed in, obviously you can go ahead and put the knobs back on. I usually like when I lake test these things, once they're nice and warmed up, been out a while, cleared out, I like to set middle to be optimal. That way, if the packing gland loosens up and the knob comes out of adjustment, I know. Always make sure to get that tight so you don't lose those in the lake. Many of knobs have been lost in the lake by many people. See if we can get her to idle down. Oh, I need to go lean. You usually go lean until you get a good old sneeze, and then back off. Back up rich. Give her a little more, get rid of that sneeze. Listen to that idle down. 1957 manufactured, and still better than any new 4-stroke garbage, folks. Looks better, sounds better, and once you get them dialed in, I'd say they run better and they last a hell of a long time. Let's see how quick she fires back up. I just want to listen to this thing all day long. I love it. We'll see if she fires back up. My other camera won't overheat. First pull. Look at that. Look at that. All right, I think I've sufficiently smoked the neighbors out.